Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Fielded at the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Tackled by Ashton Davis up from the secondary. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Hood, and he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now back to throw. And this one is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They go play action now. Wilson. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Joey Sly on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Going up top. He's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's right. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
A gain there of 30 big ones.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he pulled... way and turned it into a big play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Now Wilson. Looking deep downfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. 40 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their drive last time is stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 42 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as these guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
21-3 is your score after one. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They run here with Hood. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the time. The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The offense schemed, going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
the gun now on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Oh, they should have already said punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
61, last
They'll run with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. This is Hood on the ground. He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They're going to look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Now Hood. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf from a yard out. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that. So I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They go play action with Wilson. And he lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. This time, the extra point up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime.
Sly able to put this one through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
On the carry, it's Hood.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Hood, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
Borregales now on for the point after.
And this one's back to an 8-point game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On the counter, it's Hall.
And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall
with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game.
And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
On second down, Hood. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Hood. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll try and throw for it here. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
To throw is Wilson. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Jets have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Past the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Seahawks get a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
On second down, a run we haul.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ford. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Wilson and Wilson connecting here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Hall ought to give up the middle. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Zero real interest in either team in this game. A good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them today, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Wilson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But based on the last 2 play calls we just witnessed, the word conservative is not in their playbook. Incomplete, and then they decide to throw deep from this point on the field. That's a team that's really getting after it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted in the end zone.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. But at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? Right. It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's got the 1st down and more. Touchdown! A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against.
He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. 81 yards.
And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep or protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Hood. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now
his head coach, his offensive coach.
And now off to the races, down the right side. 30, 10, and it's a touchdown for the Jets.
So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, so that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf.
A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here's the Jets punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Wilson wants to throw it. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Now the Seahawks will bring the offense back onto the field, and they'll go for 2. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. That's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got some space here. There he goes, right side. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Jets, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Got all the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and hating.